Warning: the following video contains strong language that may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Did you hear about what happened? Crazy.
True crime. We online.
Come check us out.
Tune in. It's about to go down.
So we at
True crime. True crime. Based on real life events. Every story has two sides.
telling the truth, who telling them lies?
Them on me, anybody with eyes, they can see that this the truth that I am speaking. Blood leaking, what's the reason? No remorse for the family. Where's the justice? We need peace. Another plot twist this deep. Got me on the edge of my
I wonder what's gonna happen next.
Welcome, dear listeners, to another episode of Murder and Cocktails, where true crime meets mixology. I'm your host, Nicole Mitchell-Colley, and I'm here with my fabulous co-hosts, Amber Watson and Lachelle Walker.
Hey,
Hi.
everybody.
We have had a tragic loss. Dr. Ruth, a world-renowned sex therapist and Holocaust survivor, has died at the age of 96. I used to watch her all the time, even though I had no business, but Dr. Ruth, she gave me some tips, help your girl out. She was badass, though. She was badass. Did y'all know that she was trained to be a sniper for the Israeli army?
No, I did not know that. I just know she was a funny sex lady. That's all she talked about was sex.
She done helped a lot of people.
You have to look her up.
I liked
Really?
her, Dr. Drew, because Dr. Drew was on MTV. He helped a lot of people get through substance addiction, if I can speak today. But I think he does that on a podcast now because MTV done fell off. Rest in peace, MTV.
Real bad. Right?
Y'all remember TRL? What was
16
it?
and pregnant.
Girl, I hated that show because it glamorized teenage pregnancy. I did not like it. Catfish was a good one. It's still on, but they kind of changed it a little bit.
Because that guy got in trouble.
Who got in trouble?
He got in trouble for doing some stuff. I can't, allegedly.
Of course,
Some
everything's
sex
alleged.
stuff. No, it happened though.
Oh,
But I'm just saying that
It
for my
happened?
protection. You gotta
then
look it
of
up.
course we got The Real World and was it True Story or True Life or something like that. Those were good, but I always used to race home for TRL because they always play some good stuff. Don't get me wrong, I watch BET too, so 106 in Park or whatever. But MTV has really fallen off. I watched, y'all remember Jackass?
Yes.
I watched Jackass. And then, of course, one of my favorites is Ridiculousness because for whatever
I can't
reason, I
stand that show.
like seeing people get hurt, I guess.
You have to because there's just some episodes I'm just like I can't watch this. This is really stupid.
I definitely should have been on that show for sure. You remember last year when I basically fucked myself up trying not to get my hair wet because sprinklers
Yes.
came on?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to be on that show. I think I submitted my video to America's Funniest Home Videos, though.
Did they respond?
No, Bobby almost went to jail that day
Ooh.
because the police swore up and down that he did it. And I'm just I swear he didn't do it. It's I did it to myself. And they're like, what? You did it to yourself? I'm like, no. Here's the video. Watch the video. And they're all huddled around me watching the video. And you all hear them go, damn. And they're just why did you run from the water? I was like, because it was a good hair day and my hair is natural. And we all know, black girls, if you get your hair wet, it's a wrap.
Right.
I don't have that problem.
Well, that's because you mixed. Shut up.
I only have that problem if I try to straighten my hair. As soon as I sweat, humidity, raindrop, whatever, it's a wrap. Then I look like Don King.
I got a
See?
visual. Today we're unraveling the tragic tale of a young star whose bright future was brutally extinguished. Shilie Turner was a name that echoed through the halls of William Penn High School in Philadelphia. A dedicated student athlete with dreams of Olympic glory, she defied the odds, training without the resources many of her competitors took for granted. But on a cold January night in 1993, Shilie's promising future took a harrowing turn. In this episode, we journey back to that fateful winter, piecing together the events that led to Shilie's heartbreaking disappearance. parents. What happened to Shilie Turner? Who could commit such a horrific act against a young girl with so much potential? And how did the community rally in the face of such a devastating loss? Join us as we explore the twists and turns of Shilie Turner's life and the investigation that sought justice for her untimely death. Before we begin, we want to remind everyone that this episode discusses graphic content and may not be suitable for all audiences. Grab your favorite libation and let's raise a glass to a murderously good time. But first, we have some true crime news.
A former Inglewood teacher has been convicted of murdering one woman and kidnapping and then sexually assaulting another. Nearly 2 decades ago, prosecutors said. Charles Wright, 58, is expected to be sentenced to 50 years to life in state prison, according to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office. I am pleased that this day has finally come for the victims of this horrendous crime, Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gaskin said in a statement. It is particularly egregious that these crimes were committed by someone who was in a position of trust and authority. This conviction sends a clear message that we will not tolerate violence in our community. Wright, then a middle school teacher in the Inglewood Unified School District, was arrested in early 2022 after DNA and fingerprint evidence linked him to the killing of Bertina Epps. The 21-year-old was found strangled in a carport in Gardena on the afternoon of April 26, 2005. Her killing has remained unsolved for years until homicide investigators with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department reviewed the case in 2021 and resubmitted some of the evidence for the forensic testing. When the newer technology identified a match to Wright, the Sheriff's Department obtained a warrant and arrested the Hawthorne man. Wright denied any involvement, telling the Times in 2022 that his fingerprints were only on the woman's purse because he had been selling purses and other clothes from the trunk of his car. I didn't do this, he said, without addressing the DNA evidence. He claimed he had resigned from his teaching job to fight the case. By the time this case went to trial, Wright also was facing charges in the 2006 kidnapping and sexual assault of an 18-year-old woman whom the district attorney office did not identify in a statement Friday. On Wednesday, Wright was convicted of first-degree murder, kidnapping for oral copulation, and forced oral copulation, prosecutors said. His sentencing is scheduled for September. If you have any thoughts or comments on today's story, please reach out to us on social media or through our website. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review.
He just sounds cringy and really fucking creepy.
He was selling purses. If that is the craziest cop-out ever.
Well, because in Los Angeles, well, probably not. So Los Angeles has a lot of people selling knockoffs. So they have purses, they have wallets, they have jewelries. Like they literally have you ever seen Pretty Woman where the guy opens his jacket and it says, "Hey, want to buy anything?"
Yeah.
They literally do have those people. So even though they do. So even though it sounds like a cop-out, he could have really been selling purses. And that's how he gets his victims. You know what I'm saying? So he could truly been selling purses.
That's crazy.
I know. It just makes it so. Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
He has like a very unhealthy amount of porn stashed in his closet.
Who doesn't have a healthy amount of porn?
It's 2024.
I mean, it's 2024, but maybe not in your closet. But I mean, back when in the day, there was magazines. There was who didn't have it? For real.
My ex Michael had a DVD collection, and he was very proud of it.
See, I mean, that was just the times, though.
And I'm just like, the hell is going on here? Because I was cleaning and I found it, and I'm just like, I'm throwing this shit in the trash. But you know what? When I did leave him, I did throw it in the trash.
But you know what, though? Like you say, everything's on the internet. However, Pornhub is blocked in Arkansas.
Really?
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yes. I went
Why?
on a whole social rant about this. Y'all missed that. You cannot watch Pornhub in Arkansas because of
Not
legislation.
even from a VPN?
I plead the fifth.
Okay. Yep, take the fifth.
Right.
Take the fifth. Self-incriminating.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It's when you log in, it says sorry.
She said I played the fifth real quick.
Right. Good job.
For those listeners who do not know what that means, she just incriminated herself.
Indeed.
But how does it know? Like, I mean, seriously. So,
I
like, if
mean-
you have a cell phone carrier or whatever, like, it.
By your IP address?
Yeah, IP address. That's
Oh,
like
damn.
I'll
permanent.
send y'all right now.
That shit's crazy.
That's crazy as hell.
It's really
So
sad.
this dude was out here just fucking terrorizing Inglewood,
Selling purses.
selling purse. And
Dude.
Bertina Epps, that sounds like a black name, so it's abundantly clear that he liked him a little chocolate. I mean, hello.
I mean,
Just
because
saying.
back then, Coaches and Prada and all that was, good knockoffs.
Everything's a good knockoff.
Okay.
Well, if you do it right.
Right. I don't think I have any knockoffs, but I do believe I have purchased one before and I gifted it to somebody because like, oh, I like this purse. Oh, cool. I bought it from the swap meet. You can have it.
Oh my god.
I honestly
But
have
my
to tell
mom-
you.
What?
Go ahead.
My mom has been getting me for my good purses lately, like my Coaches and my Michael Kors. She recently got me for a red Michael Kors, and it's just like, what? So now I gotta get a new one. And it was like, it had sentimental value because that was the purse that I took on my first date with Bobby. Like the whole outfit. And my mom's favorite color is red, so she was eyeing it. Oh, can I have this bitch? No.
Take a
And then
picture.
That's
and
my
then
purse.
I gave it to her for Christmas. I wrapped it up and
Aww.
got it cleaned and everything. And
You're such
My
a good
mom-
daughter.
my
I
mom's fucking spoiled.
Yep.
Brat.
You're sweet. You're nice.
I'm sure that's what she says about you, so it's okay.
I am spoiled. So what?
Well, we all know that, but I'm just saying.
Speaking of my mother, just send some positive healing vibes to my mother who has unfortunately broken her rib in a household incident.
Did she slip and fall?
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. Okay. All right.
Yep. She broke a rib. I'm
Oh,
like,
good
how
Lord.
the fuck? I'm just like, And the thing the fucked
Slipped
up part
and
about
fell
it
and
is
missed.
like she slipped and fell and hit her side on the side of the motherfucking tub. The bathroom is a dangerous place.
Was anybody
I
in
told
the
her-
tub or was she by herself?
Not on here.
I'm taking the fifth. I take the fifth. I take the fifth.
Lord.
Yep.
Your First Amendment right has been revoked.
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm,
Yep.
mhm,
I'm
mhm,
shutting up
mhm.
now. But
Okay.
she's
All right.
healing. But it's really fucked up that this happened before our Puerto Rico trip.
Was she
Yeah,
going?
you guys
like,
leave
how-
this weekend, don't you?
No, that's not until
Or this
next
coming
month.
up weekend? Oh, next month.
No,
Oh.
it's the first weekend in August. We're going to San Juan.
Got
Oh
it.
my
Okay.
goodness.
Well, sending prayers and hugs that she heals before then.
Girl.
And sits
And you know,
the F down.
That's not gonna happen.
no, that ain't gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen. I already
Mom-
know.
My mom might be turning 60, but I promise you, 60 might be
Nope.
like the real 30, the way she be acting sometimes.
That is not, for real.
Sometimes I look at her like,
21.
did you stretch first, bitch? It's
I
like,
love it. I love this. I love it. I love it.
like when she called me, like, I think I was sitting here editing when she called me. It was like 12:30 in the morning. And she called me and I could tell that she was crying. I'm like, who the fuck did it? And where can I find them? She's like, no, nobody did it. I'm in the hospital. I broke a rib. I'm like, bitch, how did you break a rib? She said, bitch, if I tell you, I gotta kill you. I'm like, bitch, I'm your medical power of attorney. You might want to tell me right now. So she told me. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, only you would do some shit like this before we fucking gotta go on a trip, bitch.
I love it for her though. I mean,
I
not
love it
that,
for her too.
but
Absolutely.
Not that part. But
Stella be getting a groove on. Hey.
oh my gosh.
get your mom some bath mats, some non-slip bath mats.
Something. I said, how do you fucking trip over the toilet? Mind you, she had been drinking quite a bit.
Oh.
Some
Mhm.
fucking schnapps at that. I'm like, that's some high school shit. Getting drunk off of schnapps.
And falling in the bathroom.
I said, you cut off. You don't get no more drinky drink.
You done.
Your mom should be a guest on here.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my Jesus.
I think yes.
Mm-mm.
I need to hear this from her side of it.
Serena gonna stay where she at.
I agree. I'm with her. I'm with
Then of
her.
course, here goes my grandma. You don't need.
Oh
Tells her
Lord.
she fucked up and told my grandma what happened. I'm like, now why the fuck would you do
Why would
that?
she do that? Why
And her
would she do that?
and you know my grandma's very conservative.
Yeah.
You don't need to be telling everybody that. You can just tell them you fell in the bathroom.
Now she told her grandma.
Girl, yeah, she told my grandma. I'm just like, why? Why did you tell grandma?
Did she like tell her, or did she call her first before she called you and wanting to know she was in the hospital? Like, why was you in the hospital?
I don't know who she called first. I just know she told my grandma because I went down there the next day.
Got it. Okay.
And
she must have been on some severely high medication for her to tell.
So what happened was she went to the emergency room at one hospital and they were like, nah, this is considered a trauma. We're transferring you to another hospital. I went down there and like they hadn't given her meds that she normally takes on a daily. She hadn't seen a doctor since 4 a.m. Mind you, I got there at 1 o'clock. Like, so I had to get them together and she didn't want to take any more pain meds because they hadn't fed her. So then they said, oh, well, it's going to take 2 hours to get you something to eat. And I was like, Now, mind you, my mom done sent me on another mission, which we will discuss later, looking for my brother's vehicle. And so I went and got her McDonald's. But
oh, that was nice.
Ooh, that sounds good right now.
Oh, no, my grandma bought her Chick-fil-A the next day. So
that sounds good, too.
That does sound good.
Speaking of your brother, how did everything go
at the baby shower?
Girl, I mean, I know we did a quick little text about it, but I just want to see your facial expressions when you tell me about it.
Okay, the baby shower invitation didn't even have a fucking address on it, and we're supposed to RSVP to the number listed on the invitation. Okay, I did that. Did not receive a confirmation. Did not receive an address. So I'm telling my mom, like, what the fuck? How do you send an invitation without a motherfucking address? Like, who does that? So then my mom gets me the address or whatever.
Your sister-in-law.
So, you know she can't cook.
Oh, 100%.
Which would, yeah, because you were at Thanksgiving.
100%. You know
did
I
we
was
tell
there.
Did we tell you about Thanksgiving, Lachelle?
No, but this is so bad.
Oh, okay. So my mom one year decided that she, my brother's baby mom, and myself would split the duties of cooking Thanksgiving dinner since I normally do it myself.
Because
which I have no problem doing.
She wanted her to have a break because she usually cooks everything. So she kind of wanted to split everything up. Basically.
Right.
Okay.
So Nika brings this dry ass macaroni and cheese and this dry ass dressing that didn't even taste like it had any sage in it. And my cousin Victor, he comes up to me. He's like, Mika,
did you
I
make
know
this?
You didn't make this motherfucking macaroni and cheese. I'm like, motherfucker, you know I didn't. First of all, it was a little ass pan. Like, I make catering size shit. So everybody can take to-go plates, get their fill. And, you know, I always have enough just in case somebody doesn't have a place to go.
Yes.
So nobody was fucking with that shit. In fact, it got thrown away. So then fast forward to February, my grandmother retired and, you know, we got 11 fucking February birthdays in my family. So we had like a little retirement February birthday celebration. And I made brisket and a few sides.
Her brisket, Lachelle, is so good. Like, it is tender. It like melts in your mouth like butter. Girl, it is good. I'm just letting you know, okay?
Everything she made looks good.
I'm just saying, but I'm just okay. All right, continue on.
Not according to Nika. Nika said it was tough, and she needed a knife. And mind you, like I'm trying to be on my best behavior because one, we're at my grandmother's house. And two, it was Bobby's first time meeting everybody because we had only been engaged for like 2 months. So I'm just like, I'm trying not to act the ass. And so my mom's like, shut the fuck up. Ain't nothing wrong with that brisket. And my grandma's like, Nika, we can get you a knife. Like, so like I'm offended. Like, because first of all, I've seen you make well done fried shrimp on Facebook Live. You went on Facebook Live. And then you make this dry ass macaroni and cheese and dressing and present it to us like we supposed to eat this shit.
And she was proud. She might have been high as a kite, but she was proud of that food.
Was that the same Thanksgiving where she was falling asleep at the table?
Yes.
Girl.
Yes.
She was so high off of that weed she had smoked before she came. She was falling asleep at the end of the fucking table.
Yes, it sure was. I remember.
In front of the family?
In front of the family.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How new is she?
She's not new.
No, she done been, like, since Byron got out. So it's been since, what, 2019? They've been together since 2019.
Yeah.
So I decided that since Nika can't cook, her friends probably can't cook. And I don't eat everybody's food, so we decided to go to lunch at Golden Corral before the baby shower. Now, mind you, the baby shower supposedly started at 3 o'clock. We got there at 4. The baby shower still hadn't started. We didn't start the games till 5:30, and they handed out all the games at once and didn't give out any pens. The food was too salty, according to my grandma and other people that ate it, and we didn't get to see her open the presents. Like, we left at 5:45. So, and her hostesses were ghetto. Like, the whole thing was just ghetto. Like, and that's what I expected. Shilie Turner was considered by many who knew her to be destined for greatness. As a student athlete at William Penn High School in Philadelphia, she persevered despite lacking access to state-of-the-art resources, or even a proper track to practice on, earning recognition as a promising track star whose talent might have led her to the Olympics. On January 17, 1893, Turner failed to show up for an important track meet, sparking immediate concern among those who knew her. Her coach's worry intensified when he discovered that Turner's mother, being King, hadn't seen her daughter since the previous night. Turner had left to spend the night at a friend's house across the street, and her sudden disappearance was out of character. King, deeply alarmed, wasted no time contacting the police. They came to her home to interview her about what might have happened. King reported that her daughter had said that she was going to a party, then staying at a friend's house afterward. The police, hoping for a quick resolution, contacted Turner's friends and classmates to see if they had seen her. Through these interviews, they learned where Turner had actually gone that night. Turner's best friend, Andrea McCall, revealed crucial information. She said that Turner had planned to visit her new boyfriend, Sean Williams. Before she left, McCall lent Turner her father's leather jacket, and Turner promised she wouldn't stay out too late because of the track meet the next day. And that was the last time I saw her, McCall recounted tearfully. The police quickly brought in Williams for questioning. He stated that they had hung out to about 1:30 a.m. According to Williams, Turner decided to take the bus home, and he watched her board it and drive away. Williams was ultimately ruled out as a suspect after investigators checked with the bus driver. The driver confirmed that Turner had ridden on his bus that night and got off at a stop 6 blocks away from her house. This area was notorious for being dangerous, especially at that. Shilie Turner was considered by many who knew her to be destined for greatness. As a student athlete at William Penn High School in Philadelphia, she persevered despite lacking access to state-of-the-art resources, or even a proper track to practice on, earning recognition as a promising track star whose talent might have led her to the Olympics. On January 17, 1893, Turner failed to show up for an important track meet, sparking immediate concern among those who knew her. Her coach's worry intensified when he discovered that Turner's mother, being King, hadn't seen her daughter since the previous night. Turner had left to spend the night at a friend's house across the street, and her sudden disappearance was out of character. King, deeply alarmed, wasted no time contacting the police. They came to her home to interview her about what might have happened. King reported that her daughter had said that she was going to a party, then staying at a friend's house afterward. The police, hoping for a quick resolution, contacted Turner's friends and classmates to see if they had seen her. Through these interviews, they learned that Turner had Through these interviews, they learned where Turner had actually gone that night. Turner's best friend, Andrea McCall, revealed crucial information. She said that Turner had planned to visit her new boyfriend, Sean Williams. Before she left, McCall lent Turner her father's leather jacket, and Turner promised she wouldn't stay out too late because of the track meet the next day. And that was the last time I saw her, McCall recounted tearfully. The police quickly brought in Williams for questioning. He stated that they had hung out to about 1:30 a.m. According to Williams, Turner decided to take the bus home, and he watched her board it and drive away. Williams was ultimately ruled out as a suspect after investigators checked with the bus driver. The driver confirmed that Turner had ridden on his bus that night and got off at a stop 6 blocks away from her house. This area was notorious for being dangerous, especially at that. It's time for our favorite segment, Sip and Solve. Grab your shakers and glasses because we're about to mix up a drink that perfectly complements today's mysteries, dark twists, and turns. Today's featured cocktail is the Tonsil Tickler, courtesy of Boozy Adventures. Here's how you can concoct this intriguing libation. 1.5 ounces of pineapple rum, 1.5 ounces of sour apple pucker, 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice, and 1/2 ounce Sprite. You fill the cocktail shaker with ice, add pineapple rum, sour apple pucker, pineapple juice, and Sprite. Shake well until the mixture is chilled, strain into a chilled glass, serve immediately, and enjoy. It sounds good. It looked good.
Yes.
But I'm gonna need them to change the name.
Tonsil Tickler.
Tonsil Tickler sounds like something else.
I like it.
I mean, this is like Cardi said, I want that singly thing to dingle in the back of my throat. That's immediately what I thought about.
All these ingredients sound like they're like all of my favorite things, actually.
And I actually got all this stuff, so it sounds like I'm having a tonsil tickler tonight.
Then it sounds like I have acid reflux. Oh. Getting old, man.
Hey, I got acid reflux.
That's gonna give it to you, but it's gonna be good though.
But you know what? I've had acid reflux since I was pregnant with Amina. Like, it never went away.
Oh dang!
Like, I'd never had a problem before, but if I have some fucking red sauce, it is over. Tear my ass up.
Always in the middle of the night too, isn't it? Like during your sleep.
Oh god.
Oh, it's the worst.
It is the absolute worst. And it's like, I have a really bad habit of eating late at night, because I do the therapy sessions and stuff.
Yes.
It's like, why the fuck do I do this to myself? Knowing good and damn well I'm gonna wake up fucking throwing up.
In your sleep.
Bobby don't even hear shit. He be sitting there just don't hear nothing. I could die next to him and he wouldn't fucking know it.
You didn't know. So I didn't tell you what happened when I got it really bad one time. I woke up and I immediately looked at Kevin and I just threw up all on his face. We were in a hotel. And he was just, and you know what? I'm not a woman that's abused, I just want to put that out there before I say this. He pushed me off the bed so hard. And his face was just covered in red puke. It was awful.
You lucky. You lucky that's all he did.
I know. It could have been me.
I would have slapped the fire out your ass. That's love right there. He's still with you after you done threw up in his face. Probably got in his mouth too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Ew. I hope not.
That is too funny. Poor Kevin.
Right?
Oh shit. I'm dead. Okay.
It's always poor Kevin.
If our husbands ever fucking listen to this, we probably be divorced.
Oh, he does listen.
Oh. Hi, Kevin.
No, he tells people about that story because he's just like and I'm still with her.
Right, because that definitely would have been grounds for breaking up. Like, motherfucker, you done threw up on me in my
This was
face.
this was a
Oh
year
no.
before we got engaged.
Why I'm just now hearing about this story?
Because that was very disturbing.
We've been friends for a couple of years now, and I'm just now hearing this story.
We were friends when it happened. I just didn't.
Oh,
That's pretty gross.
it's funny because like when shit like that happen, like you and Amber be the first ones that I be wanting to call. I'm like, yeah, they ain't gonna believe this shit. I gotta fucking tell somebody that's not gonna judge me.
Should have took a picture. Here I am. Oopsies.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Is it okay on me? Don't think.
Authorities conducted extensive searches of the area, including abandoned homes of the surrounding neighborhoods, but found no trace of Turner. Meanwhile, King went to the public for help. The community banded together, offering a $6,000 reward for information on the teen's whereabouts. Turner's friends also mobilized, tirelessly searching for the missing teen. My friends and I, we would just walk through the neighborhood calling her name, her friend McCall said through tears. Despite their efforts, investigators kept reaching dead ends, and 2 weeks later, Turner was still nowhere to be found. During a follow-up interview with King, police were prompted to investigate Turner's track coach, Tim Hickey, more closely. There were claims that he was close with Turner and often spent time alone training with his students. Hickey appeared devastated by his star student's disappearance. His alibi for that night, being out with a group of people, checked out, eliminating him as a suspect. However, through conversations with Hickey, police learned more about Turner's personal struggles. She had confided in him that her family life was difficult, so much so that she dreaded going home. Suspicion then turned to Turner's stepfather. Clarence Jones, after McCall noticed something unusual. She saw Jones leaving the house wearing the same leather jacket she had lent Turner on the night she disappeared. If Turner never made it home, how did Clarence wind up wearing her leather jacket? Investigators brought Jones in for questioning. When she asked about the jacket, he claimed he had just picked up whatever he could find at home and didn't know to whom it belonged. He denied any involvement in his stepdaughter's disappearance and seemed genuinely confused about the importance of the jacket he was wearing. After authorities verified that he was at work the morning of Turner's disappearance, delivering papers as usual, they ruled him out as a suspect and continued to search for answers. They even called in a psychic to consult, but still 4 weeks later, Turner's disappearance remained a mystery and her loved ones were beginning to lose hope. Her best friend stated that she started to feel guilt, and that if she would have just gone with her, maybe she would have come home and been okay. The case took a dark turn on February 20th, 1993, just hours after the community gathered for a march in Turner's honor. A man walking his dog in Fairmount Park stumbled upon what appeared to be a human body covered in a blood-stained tarp in a secluded part of the woods. He immediately called the police, who arrived to find the body of a young black girl who had sustained multiple gunshot wounds to the face, hand, and chest area. She had also suffered blunt force trauma to the side of her face. King later positively identified the body as that of her daughter, and the community was left heartbroken. Turner had been found in the same park where she had often went for runs. As investigators searched for a killer, Turner's loved ones gathered for her funeral. King's behavior at the funeral immediately set off alarm bells for many in attendance. Instead of crying, as might be expected, she seemed to be in good spirits as she greeted those in attendance. That's fucking weird. Like,
I don't know. Okay. Is it weird that I don't find it weird? Because You know, us as black women, we're told to hold our shit together all the time, no matter what.
Yeah, very true. And everyone grieves differently.
Mm.
I don't know. She gives off like precious. She's giving precious vibes. That's what she's giving. I mean,
Like
even though
Super
Precious
Monique.
didn't, right? Like, even though Precious didn't die in the movie, her mom was fucking cruel to her.
Yeah.
Just disgusting. Anyway, Vivian King was not acting like the mother of a 17-year-old girl who was just murdered, said Mr. Man Frisbee, a friend of Turner's. You can't really say how someone's supposed to mourn the loss of their daughter. But that wasn't it, and that's what everybody was talking about, he added. King's behavior prompted rumors that she was involved in her daughter's murder. She maintained her innocence and even appeared on a local radio show in an attempt to clear her name and ask for answers. During a portion of the interview that wasn't recorded, King described the crime scene and the way her daughter's body was found in such a startling detail that the host, Mary Mason, suspected that such facts could only be known by someone who had witnessed the murder personally. Mason reported the strange encounter to the police, recounting that King had described how her daughter's hand had been near her face when she was shot. At that time, I realized Vivian could be the person that killed Shilie, said James J. Daughtery, a former detective with the Philadelphia Police Department. Before investigators were able to bring King in for questioning, she went to the police herself, desperate to clear her name, and agreed to take a polygraph test. When she failed the test, the results broke the case wide open. King asked to speak to police again, and once in the interview room, she broke down in tears and confessed. When Turner came home on that fateful night, King had been drinking and was angry that her daughter had been out so late. The two started arguing and things turned physical. King got a gun and told Turner that she was going to take her to the police station because she didn't want her to live at the family home anymore. However, instead of driving to the police station, she took her daughter to Fairmount Park. There, she got out the vehicle and initiated a physical fight with Turner. She hit the teen in the face with her gun and shot her multiple times as she lay on the ground, killing her. Then covered her body with a tarp she found nearby. In the interview room, King did something that shocked investigators. She laughed. This bitch fucking laughed. Evil in human form. This bitch fucking laughed because she killed her daughter.
That I'm over here speechless. Like, I know you can see me, they can't, but I'm just fucking what? Why didn't you just kick her out? Like,
like a normal fucking parent.
Yeah, I was like, it's not normal, but like other parents do, they just be like, get your stuff and get out. You can't live here anymore.
Right.
You don't gotta drive me anywhere, baby. If you want to put me out, that's it.
My grandma told me to get out once and then reported me as a runaway.
What?
Yeah, girl. I was just like, but she told me to get out.
She didn't mean to leave the house. She said stay on the stoop.
And then, like, I was staying at my boyfriend's house, with his mom. So she called my boyfriend's mom and was basically like, you're harboring a runaway. And if she doesn't come home, I'm going to call the police on you. Basically.
Grandma wasn't playing. She was like, look.
Well, she didn't think I would get out. That's what it was. She's like, this bitch really got out.
We ain't got nowhere to go.
Right. Just like when she would take my car. Like, okay, you're not stopping nothing. I got friends that drive.
I got a bus pass.
Right. And a boyfriend with a car. Like, you ain't stopping shit. It's like, what? So, after her confession, she laughed, the detective recalled. If there is evil, certainly that was full of evil from that laugh. King was arrested and charged with murder, devastating the community and those who knew and had searched for Turner. I felt disbelief and a sadness. I couldn't understand how a mother could do something so foul to someone they gave birth to, McCall said. Police searched King's house, and although they were able to conclude that Jones was not involved in the killing, they were unable to find the jacket, the gun, or any physical evidence linking King to her daughter's murder. Prosecutors were counting on her confession to win their case, but they were thrown a huge curveball when she later recanted and claimed that she had been coerced by investigators. Despite this, the jury found King guilty of third-degree murder, and she was sentenced to 10 and 20 years in prison. The use of alcohol reduces from first degree to third degree. I thought that 6 shots was enough for a specific intent to kill, but a jury just didn't want to believe that without the alcohol, her mother would have killed her. It's abundantly clear that this bitch hated her. 6 shots!
And she fought her first, right?
Right. Fought her first and then killed her.
That's evil. That's the definition of evil.
Ain't no way in hell I could ever think about doing that to Amina.
Ever. Like, never ever. No. I don't even whoop my child.
Girl, I can probably count on 2 hands how many whippings Amina has had her whole entire life. Like, Amina has been very sensitive. Like, all you gotta do is yell at her and it's a wrap.
Yes.
Now, I will admit that there have been some times where Amina, lost her fucking mind and thought she was gonna try me. And got her ass handed to her.
No, Amina, no.
But I've never had to do anything like that, like ever. I've never even crossed my mind. Like, shipping her off to Florida? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But killing her? No, absolutely not.
I've definitely threatened my daughter with sending her to her dad.
Girl.
I was like, you wanna, go live there. See how great life is.
Right. I have told Amina that, because I told her, I said, you want to go live with your dad? Fine. But you won't take anything that I bought. I said, you're going to have to share everything because they only have 2 bedrooms. I said, good luck with that.
It's like we got the same baby daddy, but I know we don't. But
Girl. The good thing is, like, he's not involved, and, like, it didn't take for me to, badmouth him or anything like that. Like, he just showed her who he was. And, after he threatened his parents, like, his parents now realize, like, why I don't let her go down there to see him. And they're like, yeah, it would probably be in her best interest not to go down there. No shit. I'm glad you see that now after all these years, because, I was the bitter ex-wife. Mm-hmm. But I cried, like, because I felt vindicated. Like, I'm not crazy. I was not making this up. Like, because there was, like, an incident after Amina was born where he had an episode in Walmart, because we were supposed to be getting her pictures taken in there that day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I missed that.
Right? They had some good pictures. But he had an episode where he thought he was back in Iraq and basically peed on all these blankets. And as we were walking out, like, they stopped him, and I'm just like, what's going on? And they had him for a minute. And so, like, I finally talked to him. I'm like, listen, look, he just came back from Iraq. He didn't come back the same. Something is wrong with him. We just had a baby. Can you cut us a break? Like, I'll pay for the blankets. $300 fucking in blankets.
Wow.
And that was, like, all the money we had. So, like, I had to tell his mom, like, what happened. And I said, please don't tell his dad, like, I said, this is really embarrassing for me to even come to you like this. I said, but we literally had to buy all these blankets to keep him from going to jail. Like, he should definitely have, like, an indecent exposure charge, and he should not be allowed in Walmart, like, at all. But because, like, I pleaded with them,
yes,
they didn't press charges.
Oh my gosh.
And then it's like, he would go years without talking to Amina, and Amina was angry for a minute. And, she would ask me sometimes, like, how come I don't have two parents? And it's just like, well, mommy and daddy don't get along. We don't play nice. That's what I would tell her. But then, like, eventually, when she was old enough, she asked me again, what happened between us. And I just handed her a file.
Oh, wow.
I mean, like, the police reports, him having to go to anger management, me having to go to anger management because I fucked him up that night.
Mm-hmm.
I only had to go to one session, though.
Good you.
But, the restraining order I filed, like, the divorce paperwork, like, all of that. And she's like, he's a douche. And, and then, Bobby came into our lives, and she's like, really, Mom? She's like, I don't really care if he ever calls. I'm just like, well, why is that? She's like, because I have a dad. And I'm like, well, who's that? And she's like, Bobby. I'm like, oh. And then I guess, like, the first time she called him dad almost made him cry.
Oh my goodness.
Shit almost made me cry. Shit, I'm almost about to cry now. Just tell the story. But it's good to finally have somebody that loves us and loves us correctly.
Yes.
I don't have to worry about no fucking closet alcoholism.
Oh, yes.
Or no fucking unhealthy porn addictions and, stuff like that I've dealt with in the past. Like, just crazy.
It's relieving. It's just like, I can breathe. You can breathe.
Yeah, it's nice.
I can probably go spend your bail money now,
Right? I don't know. You might want to keep that. Just in case he fucking eats my snacks again, because the motherfucker invited himself to my motherfucking corn nuts again. Talking about some, oh, I thought you bought these for me. Because he bought me some corn nuts the other day. Wait, did I text you that night? I told you I was going to be on Snapped.
Yes, you did.
I asked this motherfucker to go get me a newspaper because I wanted to clean the glass in the house. Like the mirrors and the windows and stuff. Old school, like our moms did it, because it doesn't have any streaks and it's real nice.
Uh-huh.
So he's like, that was 7:30 because I had a client at 8 o'clock. And he's like, I'll get the paper tomorrow. I'm like, no, I need it tonight. You're sitting on the couch watching TV. Like, pause this shit and go run to the gas station. So I come back downstairs a little after 9 o'clock and he's like, and I'm like, did you go get the newspaper? He's like, no, I did not. I'm like, oh, okay. You already know what that meant. So then he's like, oh shit, I need to go get this fucking paper. So I guess he had to walk to the gas station or whatever because he had taken some pain meds, which he neglected to tell me, because if he would have told me that, I just would have went and got the paper myself.
Well, at least he's safe. I love that.
Right. But he didn't tell me any of that until the next day. So when I'm mad, like, he likes to talk to me and be in my face, and I'm just like, get away from me. I want nothing to do with you right now. I said, because the way I'm feeling right now, I said, you gonna be in an episode of Snapped. Leave me alone. And, I'm writing in my journal because, like, I'm trying not to explode. I'm trying to decompress and, use my coping skills that I be telling my patients to use. And this motherfucker comes back with 2 newspapers and some ranch corn nuts. I like them, personally. So I ate some and, I put them up. So then the next day, he wants to kiss me and I don't want to give him a kiss because I still got an attitude. And he said, well, why not? I said, because when I ask you to do, like, the smallest thing, you act like it's, like, the biggest fucking inconvenience. And, well, I took pain meds, and you ordered me to go get the newspaper. I'm like, no, I didn't. I said, you hear what you want to hear. I asked you to get me a newspaper. I said, please. I said, but you didn't hear that part. I said, your ass need to go get a fucking hearing test or something. And I'm about to set his old ass up with one. He think I'm playing.
Yes. Kevin, too.
Because he hears what he wants to hear. I'm like, in no time did I say, go get me a newspaper. I said, hey, could you go get me a newspaper, please? I want to clean the glass. That's what I said.
Yes.
But he was probably high already. So it's just like,
What?
he comes home later that day, and I had a bag of corn chips on the counter, and they were Mexican street corn.
That's a flavor?
And yes, girl, and it's fire. I had what is it? Elotes? Elotes?
I'm gonna look it up.
The street corn. We went to the Taco and Tequila Festival last weekend, and I had it for the first time. Fucking fire. It was delicious, and I had some delicious ass tacos. It was very delicious. But last year I cried. No, I kind of cried this year because we didn't go because he said that we couldn't go because I didn't take a nap. like he's like, you know how you get when you don't take a nap? And I was like, but I want tacos. And I was like, I'll be good. And he's like, no, you need to take a nap. And of course, I couldn't fucking take a nap. I couldn't fall asleep because my mind had 50 million things, going through my brain. And so my brother's like, well, take your grouchy ass to sleep. Take a fucking nap. I'm like, I can't fall asleep.
It's not that easy.
It's not. It's really not.
And people that it's easy for, I don't like them.
No, I hate people that can fall asleep quickly. It takes me at least 30 minutes.
Like they have to snap of a finger. They piss me off.
Girl, that's Bobby. 5 minutes. Tops. But then he gets mad, like, I'll wake him up for something. Why do you wake me up? Because your punk ass can fall asleep in 5 minutes. Don't fucking wake me up. It's going to take me 30 minutes to an hour.
You can redo it. You can run.
Right. Stop making me up over these fucking dogs. Well, you're the one that want them to sleep in a fucking bed with us and stop rolling over on the fucking dogs. They'll move. Like, dude, you're almost 300 pounds and our dogs are 10 and maybe like 7 pounds. Like,
you're snuggling with them.
They have no chance. They snuggle. Chloe threw up on them the other night, though.
Oh, yeah. Ew.
Oh, girl.
I'm about to eat. Do not even tell me what it was
okay,
again.
Okay. I totally had a squirrel moment anyway. Back to the story. King has since served her time and currently lives in Philadelphia. Interesting. Turner won 2 Philadelphia publicly running titles at William Penn and broke an area record in an 800-meter run 3 days before she disappeared. Thousands of grieving friends, relatives, and classmates attended the funeral of the popular teenager. A woman who killed her track star daughter left the body in a park and then had the audacity to plead for the public's help in finding the missing teenager, was sentenced to 10 to 20 years in prison. Vivian King, age 43, was convicted of murder in the 1993 slaying of Shilie Turner, a promising high school athlete who had dreams of winning a college scholarship and running in the Olympics. The 17-year-old was shot 6 times. I did not kill my daughter, King said at the sentencing. I know the jury found me guilty of this crime, so I'm asking you to be lenient to me. King could have received a minimum of 5 years in prison and a maximum of 25 under Pennsylvania guidelines. Common Pleas Judge David N. Savitt said he gave her a strong sentence because she refused to admit the crime and showed little remorse. In the 2 months before her daughter's body was found, King made pleas for help on radio and television and led the teenager's teammates and neighborhood residents in rallies to call attention to her disappearance. After 10 hours of interrogation, King confessed to murdering her daughter, but she later recanted, saying the confession was coerced. King told police that she was in a drunken rage when Turner came home 90 minutes after her curfew. Despite her attempts to retract her confession, the jury found her guilty and she was sentenced to prison. The tragic story of Shilie Turner remains a haunting reminder of her unfulfilled potential and the devastating impact of her untimely death. As we reach the end of this chilling episode of Murder and Cocktails, let us take a moment to remember Shilie Turner, whose promising life was tragically cut short. Shilie's life and untimely death continue to resonate, highlighting the urgent need for awareness and action against violence, especially within our own homes. It's a call to create safe and supportive environments where dreams can flourish without fear. We honor Shilie's memory by sharing her story, hoping it serves as a catalyst for change and a beacon of hope for others in similar situations. Let's remember the light she brought into the world and strive to ensure that such tragedies do not repeat. Your enthusiasm for true crime and mixology makes each episode truly special. Before we wrap up, please ensure to follow us on social media for updates and join the conversation using the hashtag #MurderandCocktails. Stay tuned for our latest concoctions of crime stories and cocktails, and of course, share the love by leaving a review. Your feedback keeps our spirits high and the stories flowing. Remember to visit our website, truecrimemeetsmixology.com, for the week's cocktail recipe, Tonsil Tickler, inspired by today's episode, and to check out our favorite things. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep those glasses full. Cheers to the mysteries that keep us coming back for more.
Ooh, that show was good. I can't wait for the next one to come out. Binging on the podcast. Hope true crime never run out. What's gonna happen in the next episode? Nobody don't know. All this suspense, this get intense. No turning back now. I'm all in. True crime, we online. Tune in, it's about to go down. True crime based on real life events. Every story has two sides.